And that's not making us focus on the real problems. Like for Black Lives Matter, I think the big issue is that number one, I don't think that the people who started the movement or took over the movement spoke with enough nuance. So whenever people are saying things like all lives matter, what they should have said is, look, all lives do matter. Black people are disproportionately affected, but here's the thing, everybody's getting shot by the cops. They try to invalidate the experience of all other races getting shot by cops, and that made them less effective because that narrative isn't for everybody. And it's true, cops have been shooting a lot of people of every background, and we have more police shootings of every race than any other country. If they had broadened their message to say that we are the canary in the coal mine for the country, they would have been a lot more effective. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to personalize our victimization in our thing and make it that it's only ours. And that makes you just less effective as a whole. That's why Malcolm X was a less effective leader than Martin Luther King. And because we don't have any unifying messages, we don't have any bigger tribe building messages on how we're all unified in a similar struggle.
Again, that's just a really series of brilliant observations and commentaries. And to me, the whole issue of racism, and I'm a lot older than the two of you are. I'm almost twice your age. In fact, I'm exactly twice your age. And so my perspective is different just because of that. And what I've seen in my lifetime is I was born at a time when the whole lynchings in the South stuff was still recent enough history that, even as a kid, I was aware of it. And what I've seen in the course of my lifetime is, and again, this is just my own personal perspective, but I really think it's accurate. It's been remarkable. It has been incredible what I've seen just in my life. And I grew up in a very small, isolated town in Indiana, which was, very backwards and unsophisticated culturally. And I say that only because it's the kind of context in which racism could very easily exist and not be thought poorly of. And yet I never really saw it. And granted, I lived in a community that was basically, had a very, very small minority percentage, almost zero. But the point is, I lived in that environment for 10 or 12 years, and there just really wasn't racism. People didn't talk about other races; they just lived their lives. And then as time has passed, what I've seen has just been amazing in terms of the fact that Obama was elected. And just so many other things in terms of how the celebrity of the worlds of entertainment and sport, in terms of how many specifically African Americans have become legends and icons, and Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson and Henry Aaron. And I could go on and on and on in terms of people who are, really thought of in very, very positive ways. The